What's up everybody, Tara Wellman here. Welcome back to Bird Seeds, the channel where I keep you in the loop and entertained on all things baseball, specifically as it relates to the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, it has been a hot minute, and keeping you in the loop is a little bit harder right now because there's not actually baseball happening. So why am I even here? Well, we're all a little bored, we're all a little lonely, and we're waiting and waiting and waiting with all sorts of uncertainty until baseball returns. So I figured I would share my waiting with you, and hopefully we can help entertain each other. But before I do, if you like what you see and hear in this video, make sure you hit subscribe, hit that thumbs up, that'll tell other people that they might like it as well. Share it with your friends if you like, and come back next time, whether it's tomorrow or the next day. All the days kind of blend together at this point for the next video. As today was supposed to be opening day of the regular season for 2020, I figured this was as good a starting point as any for what I'm calling the irregular season, because it's weird, it's unprecedented, we have no idea what's going to happen and when, and in the meantime, we're left to kind of fend for ourselves as baseball fans and find ways to stay entertained or be interested or engage with each other in a totally different way than normal. So Major League Baseball broadcast games from every major league team on what should have been opening day. And they picked games that were special, games that were significant to the fan base. They showed several opening day games throughout history, but for the St. Louis Cardinals, they picked maybe the game of the modern St. Louis Cardinals history. The David Freese game, Game 6, World Series, Busch Stadium, 2011 against the Rangers. And listen, I love that game as much as the next person. That David Freese triple was the play of my lifetime. Although the Lance Berkman single that tied it back up in extras, that might have been the most underrated play of the entire season. But what I did think about today, watching that game, is that as much as I love that game, as much as I love that moment and those memories that I spent with my dad pacing back and forth in front of the TV in our living room, I was a little, not disappointed, a little underwhelmed by the fact that when we talk about baseball anymore, we only talk about those moments. And don't get me wrong, that's an incredible moment. But the thing that I love about baseball is those less spectacular moments. Opening day is special because baseball is back, but what is it about baseball that's back? Is it just the expectations of the playoffs? Is it World Series or bust every year from day one? Or is it the fact that this thing, this presence in our lives that for each one of us who are fans of this game means something different, is back? Not just that day, but every day after that for most of the year. See, that's what I love so much about baseball, is that it's just this constant force over the course of the spring, the summer, the fall. I love the grind of the game. I love the fact that you can lose on a brutal walk-off the night before and come back and put 18 runs on the same team the next day. I love the fact that a guy from AAA can come up and make one spot start, and that can be the start of a legendary baseball career. I love opening day because you get to see the old and the new. You get the excitement of the present and the hope for the future. But most of all, I love that you get baseball day in and day out. And that's what we're missing, right? Not just the pageantry of opening day, not just the high hopes for the postseason, and not even just the possibility of World Series moments like David Freese, Game 6, extra innings, walking it off in his hometown. That's awesome, but baseball is so much more mundane than that. It's so much more normal than that. It's so much more constant. So today was supposed to be opening day. Jack Flaherty was supposed to lead the St. Louis Cardinals onto the field at Great American Ballpark to take on the Cincinnati Reds in what could be a wild NL Central ride. And instead, we got to relive one of the greatest moments in Cardinals history. But watching that game almost made me realize what it is that I really sincerely miss the most about baseball. Not the highest of highs, not the grandest of hopes, not the greatest of records, but just that it's there. And right now, baseball isn't there. We are in isolation, appropriate distances from each other, so share with me what it is that you miss about opening day or about baseball being back, and maybe we can help each other through this unbelievably difficult, if not somewhat superficial, distance from the game we love. So that's it for me today. Day one of the irregular season for baseball in 2020. I'll be back maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. As I said, it's all a blur. Time's a construct. Who knows what day it even is anymore? What I do know is it's not opening day, but we will get through this. I'm Tara Wellman. I'll see you next time.